Hello, this is Encounters with Life. I'm Sean Abigail, your host. Well, today I'm making a video that I never thought I would be making. If you asked me whether this was a topic for me to consider a year ago, I never in my wildest dreams would have thought about this. But times change, and they're changing rapidly. So here's the question. Should Canada develop nuclear weapons? We have always believed that we were sheltered under the American nuclear umbrella, that the Americans would protect us with their nuclear weapons. Maybe that was a fiction. The idea that if a Canadian city was to be destroyed by a nuclear weapon, that the Americans would risk one of their cities by retaliating, maybe that was never true. But at least it was a fiction we told ourselves, and we were secure in it, and so on. And now, with times changing, with Donald Trump and his ever-evolving view of world security, now we have to consider whether we need nuclear weapons or not. Donald Trump has been very clear that he's not going to protect us. We have to protect ourselves. He's been very clear about withdrawing from NATO. Or I shouldn't say he's been very clear. He's been somewhat ambiguous, but he's constantly talking about withdrawing from NATO and how America gets nothing out of NATO and so on. We have to believe that he is moving in that direction. So would Canada need to develop its own nuclear weapons? And there's at least three factors that I can think of that relate to this. First of all, there is national will. Does Canada have the national will to develop nuclear weapons? We've always kind of taken a bit of a pride in not having nuclear weapons, and not so much so as the people of New Zealand, for instance, who wouldn't let American ships dock for fear that they might have nuclear weapons on board. But Canadians are not in that mental place where we are ready to have nuclear weapons, and maybe we need to. The second factor to think about is that it would require us to withdraw from the Nuclear Arms Anti-Proliferation Treaty. So Canada is a signatory to this treaty, and many Canadians is like, well, once you sign an international treaty, that's it. You can never withdraw. I think differently on this. If it's in Canada's best interests, we will stay as part of a treaty. If it's not in Canada's best interests, then we can consider withdrawing from a treaty. The treaty is not a national suicide pact. If it is better for Canada to withdraw from this treaty and to accept getting nuclear weapons, then I think we should. Third thing, they are fantastically expensive. It is expensive to develop a nuclear weapon. That's true. But it is also expensive to have the means to deliver a nuclear weapon, whether it be missiles or long-range bombers or whatever. Submarines, the British are building a new set of nuclear missile carrying submarines, and they're spending 40 billion pounds. That's about 80 billion Canadian dollars. That's just on one type of nuclear missile delivery system. So the missiles, the weapons themselves are expensive to develop, and the delivery systems are expensive to develop. And then there's the whole command and control. So if missiles are flying, can you respond? Do you have the technical means by which the Prime Minister can choose to fire back in a second strike? That's fabulously expensive as well. So is Canada ready to spend the money required? And, we can't even spend money on conventional arms. I'm not sure that Canadians would ever accept the need to spend that amount of money on nuclear weapons, but it's something we need to consider. Now, you might say to yourself, Sean, what is the risk? Well, let me give you a potential scenario. Here it is. A rogue nation, maybe Iran, maybe North Korea, some others, say that if we sanction them because of their human rights violations, they're going to attack us. Now, all of a sudden, a nuclear-armed country with nuclear missiles is threatening us. Do you think that they would threaten the UK or France the same way, knowing that the UK and France have extensive stockpiles of nuclear weapons and the ability to deliver them anywhere on Earth? No. The UK and France are protected by their nuclear weapons from such threats, but these threats could be leveled against Canada just because we don't have nuclear weapons. So, like I said, I never thought I'd be making a video like this. I never thought that this is a topic I'd be giving any thought to. And now all of a sudden, it's a topic that we, as Canadians, need to think about. Well, what's your opinion? I'd love to hear your opinion on this, because this one, I know it's controversial, and I want to hear what you have to say. Also, please like and subscribe to this channel. Like this video and subscribe to this channel. Every time I get one more subscriber, it means everything to me. I get so excited. My kids will tell you how excited I get. So please like the video and subscribe to the channel. I'm Sean Abigail. That's Encounters with Life.